So I don't know if you can tell that I'm feeling a lot of anxiety right now, but I am. There is a lot of background noise going on right here, right now. So one of the things that I put in a recent blog post talking about how companies really need to do a better job of providing a minimum basic level of technology and enablement for their people to properly work from home, to properly not just work from home, but work from anywhere. And from my experience, very few companies, I'll put it that way, are really doing hybrid working well. One of the things on my list is really great audio technology so that they can work from home, work from anywhere. So that's what we're going to look at today. Now, this is loud back here, and you probably can't hear this. But I'm actually here. Let me do this. Let me change it to this microphone so that I can make the point. Headset microphone. Okay, so I'm going to change it to this one. So if you can't hear the background noise, which I'm fairly confident you can't, then the reason has much less to do with the microphone, whether it's simple microphone like this or whether it's my higher end Shure microphone. The reason why you can't hear it is actually because I've got Zoom's really best in class background noise suppression turned to high. So it's really dampening all of that. And this is the same way that I was able to use this headset downtown Tokyo in one of the most populated centers in all of the world, the Shibuya Crossing in Tokyo. It's like, that's about as dense as you can get. So there is an ambulance
Still
trying to
don't
come
hear it.
through here. You don't hear it?
Not
Yeah.
yet. Not yet.
So again, very loud. There is an ambulance that's trying to come through here. Here they come, making their way through. So you're probably not going to be able to hear that. Maybe you can.
Is
I
the
don't know.
siren actually on?
Yeah, the siren's on. You can't hear it. But the reason why you weren't able to hear all that background noise in Tokyo and even the ambulance that went by with the sirens on, the reason why you weren't able to hear all of that was because of Zoom. Now, a lot of companies don't use Zoom. They use Microsoft Teams, they use Google Meet, they even use WebEx. Regardless, your people who work from home, especially those who are external facing, whether they're customer service agents, account managers, sales reps, executives, anybody who's in a customer facing role needs to have the right audio equipment so that they can really do their best work from wherever they want to work. So what we're going to do today is I've got a ton of different headsets from Poly to EPOS, another Poly, Logi, earbuds. And this is the last one that I've just received. I'm very excited about it. This one is from Jabra. They make some fantastic equipment, and I'm very excited to see how this performs. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put all of these to the test, and you're going to do this right here with me. And we're going to see, forget about the Zoom background noise suppression. We know that that is, as good as it gets, and that will do an incredible job allowing you to do allowing you to work at airports or cafes or trade shows or really wherever you're going to work. I saw one guy at a trade show. I'll see if I can find the picture of, but he was doing this with his computer at the trade show, trying to listen. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. This guy looked like an executive. Like, get people the right technology so they can do their proper work from anywhere. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we're going to do this in my home office slash bedroom. And I don't know if you can hear this, but I'm going to bring it even closer. And I think Zoom's going to really struggle. But that is cranking out some background noise. It's just like a cafe. I'm using this one here. It's just on YouTube. It's basically a cafe, just a soundtrack I'm playing on YouTube, restaurant ambient. So I'm playing that, playing it very loud. Like, this is louder than what you would experience at a restaurant. And when I was talking about the anxiety that I'm feeling, when you have so much background noise that you can't think properly, like you can't, you just, do you know what I'm talking about? Or is that just me? Um, but the background noise here is so loud, like I can't even hear myself think. So that peaks anxiety for some of us. It certainly does for me. So if I take this off, very loud, this is louder than in an airport, I would say. This is loud. This is like a trade show level loud, or a very loud pub restaurant kind of loud, right? When you can barely hear the people across from you, that's how loud this is. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off this basic headset and put on something with some active noise canceling. Okay, so I've got my PLT. This is a Poly headset, PLT Focus. It's got a nice boom mic.
you probably still can't hear the background noise. This is actually not doing very much for me at all in regards to the active noise canceling. I can still hear that background noise very loud. Let me turn it on for you so you can hear it. I'm going to change this from high to low. Now, my microphone here doesn't seem to be picking up that background noise, so that's the microphone doing a great job. Let me change to my Shure microphone, this guy here.
So that's the background noise. It's picking it up somewhat back there. Zoom is now on low. If I turn Zoom back up to high background suppression, it's probably disappeared. So whether it's my Shure microphone or whether it's this microphone, whether it's my webcam mic, Zoom is going to do a tremendous job of removing that background noise, regardless of what microphone I'm using. But like I say, a lot of people don't use Zoom. They should. Good reasons, I suppose, why they don't. No problem. What do you do if you don't use Zoom? Or even if you use Zoom, what do you do so you can have the best audio experience so that your people can work in noisy environments? For me, this headset's not going to cut it working in a noisy environment. Even with the active noise canceling, which this one has, that's this button right here, it dimmed it a little bit, but not very much. So I changed it back to low here, and we're going to test the rest of these headsets on low. We're not going to have Zoom do the background noise suppression. We're going to have the headsets themselves doing the background noise suppression and see how they do. And you can tell, right? Like even with high background noise suppression, this webcam microphone, which is normally a very good microphone, I mean, not very good, but quite decent, it just doesn't cut it, right? So it's not just about having a good microphone, it's having a good microphone that works well with the noise suppression.
This is the polyrefocus, and this is how it sounds. Now, I'll only be able to tell that when I listen to the recording. You can tell right away, but this should be considerably better than the webcam microphone. Is it as good, though, as some of these other microphones, some of these other headsets? This should be a good one. Like, it's got a really nice long boom microphone that gets very close to the mouth. So the idea is that it's just picking up my voice, not a lot of the surrounding. So this sort of headset, if you've got agents working in call centers, this is the kind of headset that I would recommend with a long boom microphone. Now, one of the other microphones that I'm going to be testing, the Jabra microphone, it has a short boom, but it is quite good. So is it good enough for a call center agent? We'll take a look.
Now, the next one I was going to try was actually this poly headset, but you know what? Honestly, this is my least favorite headset. The audio quality on this, forget about noise canceling, just regular audio pickup from these microphones. I don't know if because they're downward facing or what it is. I mean, it looks great. I love being able to have it, you know, around my neck like that, and these can just pop into my ears when I have a call. I love the idea of it, but the performance, just for regular microphone pickup, not great. The batteries are actually dead. That's how infrequently I use them. Yeah, they turned off right away. They're dead. I'm going to actually charge these up for a couple minutes and see if I can include them in the demo. But if we don't include them, you'll just have to take my word for it that they are not great. Okay, next one up, let's go with EPOS. These are great little cans. I don't love cans for the fact that they are big and bulky, and you know, I got keep my hair looking good, you know, not all flat down there. But let's change the microphone. Let's see if I got this on. I do. I've got. So now I should be on the EPOS mic. How does this sound? Is this? Let me just stop talking so we can see if it picks up the background noise. So as I look at the input level, it doesn't seem like it's picking it up, which is great. But I'll only really be able to tell when I go back and listen to the recording. So that's the EPOS. It's a decent headset. I'm not crazy about it. It's not, in my experience, performed well when I've needed it to. You know, this is an at-home test with a speaker behind me. It's an okay test. What I'm going to do after this is I'm going to actually go out into the real world. I'm going to take the one or two
really excellent microphones, and we're going to go test them out in the real world. Okay, so stay with me for that.
And I'm back to my Shure microphone here while I grab this one. This is the newest one. This is a Jabra headset. It's very fancy. It folds up very compactly. It even has a nice little carrying case. You can just pop it in there like that. You just toss it in your bag very easily. I love the looks of it. It sits really nice and light on your head. One of the great things about this one is that you can just walk around and not have that boom microphone sticking out, and it just looks like a nice pair of headphones. But then when you want to have a call, let me go ahead and connect it now. Grab your microphone. Okay. So this is a Jabra headset. Is the ANC on? I don't know. I can't tell because it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Check instructions here. There we go. Okay, so actually, that did a tremendous job. That cut the background noise by a good, probably 75%, I would say. Now I can actually, for the first time in about 25 minutes, half an hour, I can actually hear myself think a little bit. If audio was coming through here, I would be able to, it would deaden that background sound out even more, right? I have nothing coming through here right now. If I had somebody speaking to me or some audio or some music or something coming in here, I'd be in my own little cocoon, and that would be great. It's deadening the sound, but only through ANC technology. So, which is actually working phenomenally on this right now. Okay, now the question is though, let me just go back to this audio settings section. So when I stop speaking, I can see the input level goes down to 0. So I don't think it's picking that up. So I'll show you it's still on. I'll go over to my digital microphone. So there you go. You can hear it now, right? Or I'll go to my webcam microphone. I think you can hear it even louder there, right? But when I come over to this headset, I think it's quiet, isn't it? I mean, I don't know. I can't hear it. I can only see that there's no sound coming through. You're the ones that can hear it. This is in the recording. I'll be able to see if it's actually picking up any of the background noise or not. Now, mind you, this is on the low setting for Zoom, for background noise suppression. If I was actually in an airport, if I was actually in a busy home with kids, if I was in a cafe or anything else like that, I would come in here and actually I just leave it on high all the time. So with that turned to high, you probably can't hear anything back there. I could be in the middle of, and we're gonna go test this. I think this is gonna be my new favorite headset actually. But we're gonna go test it out in the real world. I'm gonna go find a busy, I don't know, cafe or something like that. We'll go test it out there. Okay? You wanna come with me? Let's go. All right, so another thing that I had on my list of things that companies need to do to really properly enable hybrid working is having a great video conferencing system that just works wherever your people are. And not everybody necessarily in the company needs to have the absolute best video conferencing technology. If you're going to use the free technology that comes with your operating system for many or most of your employees, that's, so be it. But for those employees who are traveling, those employees who are client facing, those employees who, are doing sales calls or meeting with executives, they need to have something that's going to work all the time under non-ideal scenarios. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about just being able to be anywhere, be out on the street. Like having the confidence to know that you can go video on, I could put on my virtual background and I could meet with, an executive from a Fortune 500 company, no worries, full confidence that meeting is going to go fine. That's not how it always was. And that's not how it is for many people using other systems. Anyway, this session is not about Zoom video. I'm just saying that's another important component for proper hybrid working is technology that allows you to work from anywhere. Let's get back to the actual point of this video, which is audio systems. So right now I'm using my, I was going to call it crappy. It's not crappy at all, but it's a basic microphone. The audio settings I have turned to high. So I'm going to take that back down to low. And now you're going to hear, maybe not. I mean, Zoom still does a great job of suppressing background noise, even on the low setting. Maybe you can hear that. It's a loud car, truck, whatever. Anyway, it does a great job just even on the low setting. We're going to go inside the pub in just a sec. You hear that? Kind of noisy. Maybe you can't hear it. Okay, so that's just, this is a baseline, right? This is just my basic microphone. We're not testing anything too special here. It's not particularly loud. Like, it was way louder in my bedroom with that background sound that I had going on there. So I'm gonna go inside and check it out. So it is 4:15 on a Thursday afternoon just before Christmas. And you know what that means? That's right, it's beer time. How do you know I'm in a pub? Not because you can hear it, but because I can show you I'm in a pub. They got some music on, there's people in the background. There's about, I don't know, 15 people here or so. Not too busy, but still, you know, probably louder than your house with the kids or your dog barking or anything like that. So we're going to test a couple of the microphones. This is my control. This is on low. This is on high. So I brought my 3 best headsets based on how well they performed back in my home experiment. So the first one is the Poly Focus 2. It's an excellent set. I've been quite pleased with that. The EPOS, which I've not been terribly impressed with, and my new Jabra headset, which I am phenomenally impressed with. I went back and listened to the recordings from the first round of tests, and no question, the Jabra headset performed by far the best, both in terms of canceling out a lot of the background sound that was coming into my ears, 2 in terms of the noise cancellation through the microphone, and 3 in terms of the audio quality. For all those 3 reasons, the Jabra headset was by far the best. But you're going to be able to judge for yourself. So let's put them through their paces, and you can help me decide what you think is the best. Okay, so this is the EPOS headset, and it is on high background noise suppression right now, and we're going to turn it down to low so we can get a proper test on this. And now we're just testing the microphone itself, the EPOS microphone, and how does it perform. So forget about Zoom's background noise suppression, just the headset itself. How does that perform in a noisy environment, in a pub, let's say, with 15, 20 people in it? We got music playing, we got TVs on. I think it's probably performing quite well from a noise cancellation perspective. Now, the thing about this headset is I've not been terribly impressed with it from a quality perspective. So I think the quality of the microphone, I don't love it. Especially, it's decent if it's not trying to do the background noise suppression, but I think it really fails in terms of quality. Like, it cuts a lot of the sound that comes through. So it just doesn't perform well, has been my experience. You can judge for yourself right now how you think this is coming across. So this is in low background noise suppression from Zoom, and I'm going to turn it to high background noise suppression. That should deaden the background sound, but what I've noticed from my experience is that it doesn't do a great job in terms of the sound audio quality. So I'm going to go ahead and change to the next headset, which is the Polyfocus. Okay, so this is the PLT, the Polyfocus headset. This is on low, so I think it's probably doing a great job of not letting a lot of the background noise through. I think it's probably working well. We had a few more people come in the meantime. The background noise suppression is on low right now from Zoom. I think the audio quality probably sounds quite decent. I'll just change that down to high. It should be doing a fantastic job now of suppressing all that background sound. You be the judge. Okay, so I think this is a great headset, right? And I will go ahead and change to the last one, which is the Jabra headset, and we'll take a look. Okay, and so here we have the Jabra headset. One thing that I'm not loving about that Jabra headset, I have the ANC turned on, and I can tell that it works. It's just there's particular sounds. It's like the higher frequency sounds that actually come through quite well. So I could hear glasses clinking just there. I don't know if that's coming through for you. It's probably not. It's probably just in my ear. But higher frequency sounds like that, or the dishes clanking, I can hear all that stuff coming through. That's a very strange thing. Hopefully there'll be a firmware upgrade for that or something. I don't know if that's true. In terms of the microphone, though, that's what we're here to really test the most, is trying to figure out how that performs. So now we've got Zoom's background noise suppression on low. This is mostly all headset at this point doing that background noise suppression. So I think it's probably doing a great job. I've been impressed with it in the past. I think not only is doing probably a great job in terms of noise suppression, but I also think it's probably doing a great job in terms of the quality. I think from my earlier testing, I think it's probably not cutting a lot of my audio. That's probably coming through very clear, unlike some of the other microphones that, as you've seen.
So if I could just change one thing about these, I would do a better job with the ANC, with the sound suppression into my ears, so that it would bring down not just the lower frequencies, but the higher frequencies as well. So there you go. That's my review. Out of those three, those are some of the best headsets that I've had the pleasure of trying. So out of those, my favorite is absolutely the Jabra Evolve 2 headset. There is another Jabra headset that I'm eager to try. I'll see if I can get my hands on those. See, now I'm getting distracted a little bit because there's actually some sound coming through. So there you go. Hope this helps, whether it's dogs barking or children in the background or noisy environments. You're working from a cafe, you work from airports, you work from, on the road, and you just need a high quality headset. I hope this helps. And if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Cheers.